Hello, hello, hello. You see this man right here? He goes by HBG, short for Hillbilly Gene. Now, Hillbilly Gene spent his last dime on a sight unseen property that he saw on Marketplace 3, 4, 5 states away. We don't know how far we traveled. Now we got to see what our property is going to look like and what we're going to do in this town that we've never lived in before. I got me a nice little truck. You know, I spent all my money on this too. Won this at an auction. Restored her. She looks pretty nice, but let's head over to the property. Now, this property cost all of $9,000, which honestly is not much. So I'm not expecting a huge land, but it does have trees on it. So we're hoping it's a lot of trees so we can make a lot of money and expand. Here we are. This is our property right here. When we build this out, I can already map out and see what we want to do with this. Okay. So this is the property. Let's do a walk around. This is our property. We have rocks we gotta break. I don't know how we're gonna break them. I might use my head or my teeth. I don't know. These are pretty decent sized trees, so we should make some money off of these trees for sure. And we do have a little mower they left around. I don't even know if it works. Let's see if it works. Oh, it works. Okay, that works. But yes, this is our playthrough on how we're starting with no money. I have a chainsaw and an axe. We have no money, and we're gonna build this property, and we're gonna build this world into whatever we want to make it to. So let's start now. Now, HBG has never really cut trees for profit. He's only just cut them down, and that's it. So this is gonna be a learning curve for HBG. But as our first tree is about to come down, I have to figure out where we're gonna sell it to, because, and we gotta cut this in small chunks so we can pick this up, because HBG ain't been in the gym in God knows how long to de-tree and de-leave this tree. Let's see if my joints still work. Let's cut this down. I think we're gonna start with a branch at a time. So we'll cut this branch down, and then we'll work up the whole tree. Now we'll do in little small pieces. I think we should be able to lift this up. Okay, we can lift this up. I'll get this branch up out the way. Let's bring the truck over and start loading up the truck. Trees, or cut down the tree at least, and see how much money we end up getting for this tree. And that will tell us everything we need to know. So let's load up these trees and explore while we load up these trees. And try to land some contracts with some of the local neighbors in the neighborhood. We're up to our last branch that we're gonna cut down. Now listen, I got no health insurance, so if we gotta be careful, because this tree can and will kill us if we're not careful. So now that it's cut through, okay, all right, we good. Actually, best case scenario that it felt like that. So now what we'll end up doing is we'll end up cutting this tree up into small little chunks and loading as many as we can fit into the bed of this truck, and then we'll be on our merry way. Alright, now that this tree is all cut up, let's start from the tip. Pause. Let's start loading this truck up with the little chunks of wood. I'm going to need equipment for the base of this tree. This base of the tree is really extremely heavy. Okay. I, for one, am so glad I have a back rack because other than that, some of this would be going through the window. So let's figure out where we gotta go to sell this wood, and we're gonna go make our way towards it. Okay, after getting off the phone with the paper factory, they said they'll take a look at the wood and see if they want to buy it. If they don't buy it, I gotta call, one of the mills or some factory. But we're gonna head over to one of the many paper factories in this little faction of town. Hopefully I'm going the right way because, listen, no GPS. I'm the old school truck, so we're gonna hope we find it. I'll get to you guys when we find it. Okay, so they got a truck here. I think this truck is just there. Oh, this is where I would go. Nobody's coming. Alright. Let's see. Let's go talk to the man. We got $1,000. So they gave us $1,100 for that piece of wood, for the wood we had. Alright, let's keep loading back up. They gave me $1,100 for that little bit of wood there, so let's make some more money. Alright, as I'm driving back to the place and we're about to come back up here, I've been thinking I can offer wood removal for some people who don't want their trees in their house. But to continue to do wood removal, let's continue to clean up our property and use this money to give us a start to making sure we can provide for others' needs. And we're gonna need equipment to do that, and we're gonna need a trailer first and foremost. So let's work our way up until this trailer, making our property look presentable, and I'll get back to you guys. So we're only gonna do 4 stumps at a time because my back is killing me, and we may be able to close the tailgate for the first time today, but we only have this much wood left off our first tree, which honestly is not bad. So we're gonna sell this. I'm probably gonna go on Marketplace and try to find a trailer tonight. If not, I'll get back to you in the morning. Hopefully we found a trailer. If we didn't, we'll be back to lifting those. And this truck has a level kit and everything. So this isn't a small truck by any means, especially lifting those stumps up. Whew. But let's head over to the paper mill. We're pulling into the paper place now. The guy ended up getting back to me. He told me in the nicest way to piss off. Because I told you guys I was gonna offer him $800 for his $1,500 trailer. Truth is, I offered him $650, and I think that offended him. But we'll talk more when we leave from this noisy place. We got $1,100 for that piece, basically $1,200 for that wood. But it's, as you can see, 1:12 in the morning. Let's head home, and hopefully he changes his mind. He basically told me to piss off with my offer. I thought it was fair, but he did not. So we're gonna continue to look for a trailer. And that was one of, like I said, the trailer needs work, but it was a nicer trailer. And yeah, we're just gonna have to see, you know. Alright, as we're about to pull into our land and hit the hay, I appreciate all you guys from stopping by and watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see happening inside the series, because this is my first time doing this, and I appreciate the feedback. But it's HBG, and I'll see you guys later.